What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're breaking down the weekly reset for Destiny 2 this coming Tuesday, July the 11th. And for the 8th week of the season, the bulk of the new story and quest content has wrapped up, but some players will still be acquiring the Wicked Implement or looking out for its possible exotic catalyst release this week. So we'll talk about that, but additionally we have the final Iron Banner for the season. Of course, there will be new weekly challenges, and we'll cover the Nightfall, featured activities, as well as the playlist modes, rewards, and raid challenges, with everything worth knowing about what's happening in the game this week. And so, as always guys, I hope you find the video useful today, and if you do, a rating below would really help us out. But now let's get into it. And firstly, a very quick news section right here, but I've seen a few questions about this. So, separate to this week's reset, next Tuesday, we will see the return of Solstice of Heroes for 2023. So, we can probably expect Bungie to give us some extra details about that event later on this week. Be sure to stay tuned for that. Additionally though, Bungie have confirmed that there will be a mid-season weapon tuning patch. They outlined a bunch of the details for that last week, and we don't have a specific date for it, but it seems pretty likely that it could drop alongside Solstice of Heroes. And so next week could be a somewhat interesting one, but as always, I will keep you posted on any updates. And so firstly, of course, fishing and season quests have finished rolling out now, but it's possible that we'll get access to the Wicked Implement Catalyst this week. And we know that it's found through deep dives, but precisely how isn't clear just yet, so it might be the case that it's simply a drop, or could be connected to different tiers of deep dives, or even rerunning the exotic mission section. We can't be 100% certain, but if we do get access to the Catalyst this week, I'll be sure to keep you guys posted. And next up, we do get new weekly challenges. So the challenges for week 8 include Super Salvager, where we need to defeat combatants with super abilities in salvage activities. Then we have Treasures from the Deep to complete a deep dive activity with the highest tier bonus rewards. But there's also Commendable Diver to give or receive commendations in match-made deep dive activities. And then we've got Pinnacle to reach power level 1810 by earning Pinnacle rewards. On top of that though, this week there is Trial by Firing Squad to win multiple rounds in Trials of Osiris. That will award a Trials of Osiris weapon, but it's worth noting that Trials shouldn't actually be active this week because we have Iron Banner, so it looks like Bungie have moved things around a little bit, but we will be able to complete that challenge next week. The final couple of challenges though include Broadside to defeat targets in Gambit with power weapons, and we'll get bonus progress for final blows with linear fusion rifles and for defeating Guardians. And finally we have Implements of War to defeat targets with auto rifles, hand cannons, scouts, glaives, and linear fusion rifles, and we get bonus progress granted for defeating Guardians. Next up though, moving to the Vanguard, the featured Nightfall for the week will be the Corrupted. And so the featured weapon will be Hung Jury. Of course, there will be the Adept variant of that from Grandmasters, and the Grandmaster catch-up node is also now available. We're also going to see the return of the Iron Banner though, and this will be the final time that it comes around this season. So if you're working on title stuff or any of the seasonal rewards, this will be the final opportunity for a few weeks to jump into Iron Banner, and this time around it will be featuring Fortress Zone Control. Otherwise in the Crucible though, both Supremacy and Mayhem will be featured this week, so if you fancy a bit of that action, it'll be a good time to jump in. Then for the raid and dungeon rotation, this week we're going to see the Garden of Salvation, as well as the Spire of the Watcher dungeon featured, and so if you're working on your Divinity quest in the raid, or want to pick up the Hierarchy of Needs exotic bow, it'll be a good week to jump in, and of course both of these activities will drop all of their unique items, but have updated power relevancy. As always, there'll also be the refresh for the Ghosts of the Deep dungeon, and if you are jumping into the Last Wish, don't forget to visit Hawthorne to pick up the weekly Last Wish quest. But if it's the Root of Nightmares you're jumping into, this week we'll see the Nezarec All Hands challenge, and so Corax's Distress, the grenade launcher, will be the featured weapon drop. Otherwise, I'll keep you posted with the full Eververse inventory for the week on Tuesday with the vendor reset. And look into the Dares of Eternity, this week we'll see Rotation 4 loot drops, which includes the Scatterhorn and Pathfinder armor sets, as well as weapons from Season of the Lost and some world drops from Forsaken. But if it's the Lost sectors you're after, for July 11th, Tuesday, we'll see Extraction dropping exotic helmets. Then on July 12th, we'll get Aphelion's Rest dropping exotic legs, which is followed by Chamber of Starlight dropping exotic gauntlets on July 13th. And then we'll see Bay of Drowned Wishes dropping chest pieces on July 14th. July 15th will be Vel's Labyrinth dropping exotic helmets, and we'll get Exodus Garden 2A dropping exotic legs on July 16th, but finally, it'll be K1 Revelation for July 17th, and that'll be dropping exotic gauntlets. However, if it's the Ascendant Challenge you're after, this week it'll be the Forfeit Shrine, which can be found through the Garden of Ysilla. So if you want some gameplay of how to catch up with that one this week, we'll run it at the end of the video. But otherwise, guys, that's everything we have to round up in the weekly reset. So as always, I hope you've enjoyed this one, and if you have, a rating below really does help us out. Plus, be sure to get subscribed to the channel, and I'll keep you posted with more Destiny content. But otherwise, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and whatever you get up to, I hope you have an awesome week.
Down. Guardian down. Guardian down.